Hey guys! Sorry that I am coming on way later than planned. I had a really interesting morning. Interesting now, less interesting and fun at the time. But it basically turned out that I lived the real Princess and the Pea. So I'm gonna share that story with you guys, and then I have two cover squares, two puzzle pieces to reveal because two more pre-orders came in, so thank you if you pre-ordered. So we'll do the story, and then I will share the puzzle piece reveal, and apologies if you have already heard this story. I did just cover it in the Fairy Tale Courtyard. We were talking about the Princess and the Pea. That's actually what got me thinking, okay, this thing that happened is actually really similar to the Princess and the Pea. And it turns out that living a fairy tale in real life is pretty terrible. So here's what's going on. I'm house sitting right now. I've posted about that, so some of you already know. So I'm up, I'm staying at a friend's house. I'm watching her dog. The dog is lovely. She's very sweet and just this like kind of lazy old dog. So she just sits around. So I'm watching the house, and the house's owner has told me, watch out for the back patio door. It has a tendency to lock behind you. So, make sure it's unlocked if you go out on the patio. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll watch that door. I'll just leave it open when I'm outside. Not a problem. So this morning, I get up. The dog is still asleep. I get my coffee. I get my Kindle. And I'm going to go out on the back patio and sit and read for a little bit before I get started on my work for the day. And I get out on the patio. I sit down and I hear swish, click. Laura says she missed that I had been warned. I had been warned. In the spirit of all good fairy tales, I didn't ignore the warning. I just didn't take it seriously enough, apparently. Somehow the wind caught the door. I don't know. The door closed, and as soon as I hear this click, I'm like, oh no. Oh my gosh. And so I go and try the door, and sure enough, I've been locked out. I'm stuck on the back patio. I'm in pajamas. I don't have shoes. I do have these like Pikachu socks that I took off when I started walking around because I didn't want to get them dirty. So I'm locked out on the patio at someone else's house. No one around. My phone is inside. My purse is inside. Everything. The dog is inside. So I'm sitting on this patio, just like, okay, I need to get back into the house, but how do I do this? So I try all the doors. I go check all the windows. They're all locked. This house has a lot of locks and also has a security system that I set off when I came in, when I still had the key. So it's that point where you start to think, okay, what in the world do I do now? So I'm thinking, okay, they gave me their numbers, their phone numbers. I don't remember them. They're written on a piece of paper in the house, and they are on my phone, which is in the house. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll go knock on one of the neighbors' doors and see if they know their numbers. But I'm really not wanting to do this because I'm in pajamas with no shoes, and my hair, those of you with curly hair will know, morning hair is crazy. So it's just like kind of pulled up and crazy. So I go to leave, and I'm locked in the backyard, actually, because the gate is zip tied shut. And so I'm like, okay, can I realistically climb this fence? The answer is no. I did not climb the fence. That was a bad idea. So I went, I found their garden shed. I found some scissors. I cut the zip tie. I flagged down a lady that's jogging, who I thought was a neighbor. It turns out she was just a random lady jogging by, but she was really, really nice. Offered me her phone. She's like, oh, here, you can just call them. And I'm like, I don't know their numbers. So we called their security company, and no go. So this is where the Princess and the Pea part comes in. I'm like, okay, there is another family that I've house sat for before that lives a few blocks away in this neighborhood. I really do not want to show up on their doorstep at 8 a.m. unannounced in my pajamas asking for help. But there was not really another option. So I walk barefoot through the neighborhood, down a few blocks. I knock on their door, and I wish I had had this experience before I wrote my Princess and the Pea retelling, because that experience of standing on someone's door, looking a mess and hoping that they believe you, that you are who you say you are, and that you're legit, is an experience. It's not super fun. It all turned out fine. She invited me in. She gave me a cup of coffee. We had a lovely chat. And then we did finally manage to get a hold of the owner of the house. And she's like, oh, well, my son has a key. And I'm like, great. Son has a key. We're getting in the house. But he's on his honeymoon right now. He's on his honeymoon. We're not getting in the house. And then she's like, but he's in Oklahoma City because, you know, COVID, hard to leave. So she gives us the name of the hotel. She calls the son. He leaves a key for me at the front desk. And the house sitting family was kind enough to drive me to this hotel. So now I'm at this very nice hotel, walking into the lobby in borrowed shoes. I borrowed shoes from this lady because I didn't want to walk into the hotel lobby barefoot. So they're dress sandals. They're very nice, actually. And my pajamas and a mess. So I'd go up to the front desk feeling very awkward, just like, hi, I'm supposed to pick up a key. And she's like, okay, great, yeah. Do you have your ID with you? I do not have my ID with me. And we go Princess and the Pea again. I'm like, no, really, I am a real house sitter. And she finally, I talked her into giving me the key, got back to the house. The dog was still asleep. The dog didn't care because I was like, oh my gosh, I've not let the dog out. I had like put some food in her bowl for breakfast. But yeah, so massive respect for fairy tale characters right now who just show up on these doorsteps and are like, here I am. Because it turns out that's really hard to do and really intimidating. So it all worked out all right. But The Princess and the Pea is apparently just my fairy tale because I've retold it twice and now I've kind of lived it. So weird experiences. If you want to hear more Princess and the Pea chat, Erica and I over in the Fairy Tale Courtyard group did just do a talk about that fairy tale in general and our retellings. So feel free to check it all out, but I will not go into that now because we are here to reveal 2 more puzzle pieces. Exciting, and I'm hoping this will work. I could not get my second monitor to hook up today. It's just that kind of day where things don't go as planned, I think. So I think I've got the setup figured out. Let's see how it goes. So let's spin the wheel. First puzzle piece will be $26. So let's look at that. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Pop this over here. Oh yeah, Laura asks, what's the second retelling? One of my short stories is also The Princess and the Pea. It's called The Bruised Princess, and it's really different from Princess of Shadows. Has kind of darker themes than a lot of my works. I actually, when I released it, I was really scared that people wouldn't like it, but it's been my most popular short story. So that's in the Once Upon a Short Story collection, and then also on its own, The Bruised Princess. I believe it's a purple cover. Pretty sure it's a purple cover. Okay, so you should be seeing, are you guys seeing the Photoshop screen now? It's on my end, it looks a little different since I'm not using the second monitor. So I want to make sure you can actually see this. Let's take number 26 off. And we've got our magic eraser tool. I know 14 and 15 are driving me crazy. They're just like right there in the middle, blocking her gown. But we spun for 26. So pick one. Do you want 14 or 15? So I'll do 26, and then I'll do your choice. Okay, so here goes 26. So we now have, I was going to say we have the whole title. We don't actually have the full title yet, but we do get to see this lovely, I love what they did with the R. I'm like a sucker for a swoopy font. Yeah, really nice. And we get to see a little bit more of her gown happening down there. Okay, and then I think we're back to me. Okay, so Laura voted for 14. Oh, sorry, dropping something there. All right, so let's let's make that our official choice. So second square for the day. Give me 1 second while I cut back here. Okay, should be seeing that. Let's get rid of 14. Let's see the back of that dress some more. Ta-da! On the puzzle layer. All right, here we go. Yay! And I'll zoom in so we can see that a little bit better. All right, so yeah, we get to see the back of the dress and also a little bit more of the garden. I really love these like wild rose vines happening here. So we're close, guys. We're really close to showing this full cover. Let's zoom out. It's a little smaller than I meant. There we go. All right, so we're still not seeing the castle. We'll get there though. We've got a little bit more of the garden happening here, and a magical garden is gonna be pretty key to the story. And then yeah, almost all of her dress. Maybe we can catch 15 tomorrow. And yes, more of the gold sparkles, a little bit more of the title. It is coming together. All right, I'm gonna pull this back to my face. I think we're on my face now. All right, so we had just those 2 more pre-orders come in today. So that's all our puzzle pieces that we're revealing right now. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been a lot of fun and I've enjoyed popping on every day and chatting with you guys. I'm going to go now. I had planned this morning to do some writing, as you do, and then got locked out of the house and hiking around this neighborhood without shoes on. So I'm going to go do that writing now and see if I can catch up on my word count a little bit. You guys have a great evening or a great whatever time of day it is for you where you're at, and I will see you tomorrow. Laura says best laid plans. I know, right? I'm a planner too. I'm like, yeah, I've got this morning. Like, no, it was all gone. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. If you haven't pre-ordered already yet and you want to reveal another square, do pop over. The temporary cover is quite hideous. I would love to replace it with this full nice cover. Oh, thank you. Erica popped in and said the short story, yeah, is The Bruised Princess. And I'll post links down below for you guys, because I know sometimes when you're searching for something on Amazon, it can be kind of hard to find it, even if you know what you're looking for. There's just so much stuff on there. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good evening. I will see you tomorrow.